think one big thing people get wrong about Washington is that they don't think he's human. They assume that he a big block of marble who just got stuck into the office. And they don't realize the degree to which he really didn't know what he was doing, nor did anybody else. And he was figuring it out one step at a time.
It's so hard to understand Washington, the person. I say he's an enigma. He realized that everything he did was being watched, and that historians were going to be looking back at his actions. And so in his writing, in his performance, he was always very guarded.
There's a story about someone towards the end of his presidency saying something along the lines of, "You look kind of relieved to be stepping down." And Washington said, "I don't look relieved. No one ever knows what I feel in this office." So he clearly was trying very hard to not emote in any way, and again, to act like whatever he thought a president was supposed to be. I think he was aware the degree to which literally everything he did, what he wore, how he walked, did he shake hands with people or not shake hands with people, everything he did set a precedent, and he knew that. And that was a challenge. And everyone was watching him for the slightest hint that he was going to take too much power.
When George Washington entered the presidency, he was facing a major crisis from the get-go. And that crisis was, how does the presidency function? And so Washington really established the foundation of the presidency. So some things, like, for instance, the responsibility of the president for foreign affairs, that wasn't clear in the Constitution. And it was Washington who clarified that really the president was the representative abroad. One of the other things Washington did as president was to really establish how the cabinet would function. The cabinets would be advisors and would be in charge of all the departments.
I think he was trying really hard to be responsible. He didn't always make the right choice. He was a partisan, although he was trying to be an umpire of sorts. The fact is he was a Federalist. He agreed more with Hamilton than he did ultimately with Jefferson. But that said, he was trying so hard to make the responsible choice that would have the right impact for posterity.
Washington really understood how to manage organizations to get things done. I don't know that Washington was the greatest communicator. I don't know that he needed to be, but he was a model for executive leadership.
Washington was a good president because he was aware that he was setting precedents, and he was careful about that, and he was thinking about impact and posterity, and that was important.
John Adams once said of George Washington that he was the greatest actor the presidency had ever known. And I think that is really telling. He knew that his role as president was to be a performer. And he was able to establish not only the presidency, but the Constitution itself as a viable document.